What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to 3-Star Draw. I am Down South 77, and this is an adult collector channel where we talk about G.I. Joe, primarily G.I. Joe Classified. Once in a while, I will pick up something from another line, things that pique my interest, and I'll do a video on those too. You never know what might show up. I like some Mythic Legions. I pick up some Turtles of Grayskull. Once in a while, I'll pick up a NECA figure. Hell, I got Voltron sitting over here, so it gets crazy. Today is another G.I. Joe video because I got my hands on number 125, Gnawgahyde, with Porkbelly, his boar, and Yobbo, his macaque monkey, that has one eye and an eye patch. And I don't understand that. But either way, so what is better than new Dreadnoks? $24.97 Dreadnoks. If you don't know about that whole fiasco, the day that this guy was dropped, that he went up for pre-order, I was not going to order him. This is one that I could wait on. It's not somebody I had to have right away. I wasn't even 100% sure if I was going to get him, but then I thought, well, he's a Dreadnok. Of course I'm going to get him. And over on the G.I. Joe Classified community page, moderator over there, Jeremy Kimberlin, posted that Walmart had this guy up for pre-order for $24.97. Now he should be $44.97 because he's a deluxe figure with pet. So he posted that, said if anybody wants to gamble, they got the price screwed up over at Walmart, go check it out. Well, I did go check it out, and I gambled and I ordered it. And this had also been posted from several other places that were actually trying to share the word on that. Another one of them was a friend of the channel, Baldy Locks Reviews. He was getting the word out on that. So props to those guys for trying to, save people a few bucks. And Walmart honored it. It showed up yesterday. I was wondering if it was going to get canceled. It did not get canceled, and they actually honored the $24.97 price. Now, I don't really like Gnawgahyde. I already have I don't know, he's already going to have to climb up the ladder for me. Gnawgahyde's a poacher. I don't like poachers. And I never really cared for him. I had the original figure. He was a lot cooler till I got him in hand. He didn't get a lot of playtime. The original 3 Dreadnoks they got a lot of playtime, as did Thrasher and Monkey Wrench. Even Road Pig I played with, but I didn't mess with him much. But he does have an awesome look. He's got that Kraven the Hunter mixed with Crocodile Dundee a little bit. So I did go ahead and pick him up because I got to have my Dreadnoks, even though he's kind of dumb and he's a poacher. Why do the Dreadnoks need a poacher? I guess, they are an outlaw motorcycle club that subcontracts for a terrorist organization. So I guess any source of revenue that they could pull from, I guess, to help fund them. I don't know. It's weird. But so they have a poacher. His name is Gnawgahyde, and we're going to go take a look at him right now.
Afraid not, G.I. Joey. Drop it right there.
Gnawgahyde. I knew I smelled something rotten. What rock did you slither out from?
All right, there is Mr. Gahyde. We got glare there. I'll get some more light on when we take this guy out. So we got the nice artwork. I do really like that. Artwork for him. And then we got the cool picture on the back. Got him in a rainstorm, looks like, holding up a giant metal arm blade in the middle of the rainstorm. And we got Porkbelly, we got Yobbo, and showing off some of the details on him here. And then over here, we've got those things that I never look up, deciphering what they are actually supposed to mean. Give us a key somewhere. Is there a key when we scan this? Probably not. As far as I know, it still sends us to nowhere. That's where it sends us, nowhere. All right. So package, you just cut the tape. That piece right there folds down and you just slide the whole tray out. Like so. Move that so nobody gets hurt. There is first look at him in the tray before we start pulling all this stuff out and bending it all to hell, because you know that's what we're going to do. So take caution here, folks. And yes, I will turn some light on when we look at the figure. So Yobbo here, it's been pointed out. So our buddy Shark Eyes had this first and broke Yobbo's tail getting him out, because Yobbo's not articulated and his tail goes through right there. There's a hole and the tail broke getting him out. I understand they've got to figure out a way to hold him in place, but I've seen that happen to him, and I've seen it almost happen to somebody else taking this guy out. So be careful when you pop this guy out, and so you don't break your monkey. Don't break your monkey, folks. So what you want to do when you remove Yobbo is you want to, from the back, push inward on that piece, kind of pop his head loose, and then the tail goes through right here. You want to pop the head loose and then kind of do that and take him out. That's the way to get him out carefully. So down there you go. So while we already got him in our hand, let's go ahead and take a look at Yobbo. Not a lot to him. Pretty good sculpting on him on the fur. That will focus. There we go. So, I mean, the face on him don't really look all that good, but when have you really seen a good monkey face? Aside from something like maybe AWOC or some of your nicer higher end type figures. You got this weird like it's not articulated. Is that on? So I guess that's where that top headpiece is glued on. So it's really visible here. If you like this, you don't really see it, but if you look at him up close, he kind of looks like Chibs from Sons of Anarchy, where he's got the Glasgow smile. Maybe Gnawgahyde did that to him. Who knows? I wouldn't put it past old Gnawgy. So we'll go ahead and look at Porkbelly here, because he's right in front of me, and this is the most interesting thing about this set to me. He's got some weight to him. Like this, he's heavy. Like he is. He's probably as heavy as Gnawgahyde. So we can look at it. Detail on his face here. Like that. He's even got the eye boogers. That's nice attention to detail. You see sometimes a wild animal, or even like a horse, anything has these big old eyes. They will get the runny eye syndrome. Hey, runny eye. And he has it here. That's a pretty cool attention to detail. Or maybe he's just sad because his best friend's a freaking poacher. A little bit different paint on the bottom of the fur on his. They have the same facial hair, even. So, got the broken tusk there. He's got the piece of metal. What is that supposed to be? It's silver. I'm not sure what that is supposed to be on his upper broken tusk. Is it looks like a diamond? Does he have like a diamond glued onto it or something? I don't know. So I like the fact that he's got an earring, and it's not a livestock tag. It's just a hoop earring like I have in my ear right now. Got the spiked nose ring there. It's a septum. It would be a septum on a human being, and y'all, I almost said frenium. It is not a frenium. Don't want to see that on here. So, does have articulated front legs, so it's not different from like junkyard or timber. They pretty much have the same articulation. That back leg's a little bit, it's a little stiff. It's not bad. Actually, sadly, my junkyard has one leg that is really, like really loose. So junkyard will just be sitting there and he'll kind of fall over. Okay, good. So I was worried about that because so those are on a ball. Okay, I was worried about him not being able to open his back legs to get a stance there. So that is on a ball. So you can get him, and fronts are too. Okay, so that's a little better. So his joints are a little bit tighter than junkyards are. So I have another mutton junkyard I haven't opened because I don't really think I need to, unless I do Son of Junkyard from Devil's Due. So there's Porkbelly. Pretty cool. I like him. He's got some paint apps back here on his back legs, on his hindquarters, a little bit lighter back there. So there's several shades on this guy. So he's got some, yeah, he's maybe three, four different shades of shades of gray. We're not going there. Mane does look good. So yeah, overall, man, I really like Porkbelly and Yobbo's, whatever Yobbo is. All right, we'll look at Yobbo. All right, so accessory wise, it's got the quiver. It does come with a individual arrow. We've seen this before. This has already come with a couple of people. And that is meant to go in there. Okay, there we go. So it will go in there. I like how they are stacked in there like that. It does have a little bit of paint, and they hit it with a little bit of brown there in the middle, so at least it's not all one color. You've got the butt part that holds the bow, and then you got this, whatever this holds. I think that's holds that little stabilizer piece. That's right on this. So those are all in green, and then you've got this middle pouch here is in brown, and looks like it's real close to the same on the arrow flights. Okay, I don't know. Close enough. So here's the bow. Seen this bow before. Do not particularly care for this bow myself. It just, I don't know, compound bow. I just, whatever reason, I don't really like this bow all that much, but only figure I usually even give a bow to is Storm Shadow and maybe Shadow Tracker. But I do like that they actually give us some paint. They hit it with some paint, so it makes it stand out a little bit. Oh, makes it also fall on the floor. All right. So it does make this thing look pretty decent, I must say. And then this does come off and ports into the backpack. He does come with two pretty decent looking knives. They are of the, if I put them in the camera, wouldn't it? The thicker pointed variety. So if you get stabbed with this, it's really, really gonna hurt because these are blunt. Now, they look good though, I gotta say. I do. Whenever they hit these knives with a little bit of silver for the blade, makes them pop. Got the serrated edges to the same knife. And he does have the rifle case. We've seen this before. And this is, somebody told me that this was spring loaded. That's not spring loaded. I guess maybe they were just joshing because it don't stay shut, perhaps. Maybe that's what they meant. I was like, is it really spring loaded? That seems like a whole lot of attention to detail, and they could have focused that somewhere else. So the rifle does fit in there. This was low lights. Go ahead and take a look at this rifle. Comes completely assembled with Gnawgahyde. I do like the colors that they used on it. And this plastic is much better than the plastic that Lowlights is made out of. Matter of fact, I'm going to grab Lowlight so we can look at that. So this is how my Lowlight figure sits on the shelf. I just reach up there and I plucked him right off the shelf. Didn't do anything to that gun. This is from him sitting in this position on my shelf, just holding this rifle. So you can see over time, it sags. It will actually, it's just all floppy and just, it's awful. So you don't have that with this one. Much harder to bend this. So kudos for that, because you know what? You could have done this with Marauder's Lowlight. You got the same rifle, you got the better plastic, and it's low light. Why would you not give Marauder's Lowlight the awesome gun? Because this is a pretty dope sniper rifle when it is not rubbery and bendy. So we do have issues with the scope coming out, and it's not as bad on this one as it is on Lowlights. And I'm guessing that is due to the plastic being a little more stable and a little, what's the word Lenny uses? A little better durometer. So he gets the good version. He gets the best version of Lowlight's signature weapon. And of course, Lowlights is all black. This one actually gets some green, and this would have fit in with Marauder's colors. You could put this rifle with them. So there's that. I like this rifle. I don't think he's going to be able to get it into much of a shooting position. We're going to see. So here's his arm blade. This is one of the dumbest things that they've ever come up with, and they carried it from the O-ring to this one. It looks really, really good. Now, if I was somebody that went carving on my brand new figures, I would cut these things off in a heartbeat and just make this as a sword machete thing. I do really like the look of it. It's not serrated, the double edge there. Got the double pokey, got the DP. So I like it. I don't like the idea of it. I don't like the concept of it. And then finally we get his hat. Crocodile Dundee hat. That's what everybody always kind of called this dude and referred to him. I like the hat. Hat looks good. It's got the teeth on there in the hat band. Now, they have an issue with making hats like this, right? So we're going to see if his fits, because my Rakondo's jungle boonie fedora hat is in a bag because it will not stay on his head, and that's the only way I can not lose it. So let's look at the man of the hour himself. There is Gnawgahyde. So they went into a lot of detail on his head here. He's got the claw marks where something, I hope, got the better of him and got away from him. Or perhaps that is because the monkey that he comes with, that type of monkey is also known for being very, very unpredictable, and maybe he didn't predict his own monkey doing that to him. Does have the snake tattoo. That's cool. I do like that. That's some really nice detail work just on that side. So he's got an earring there and there. Once again, like me, I'm trying to see if those are the same. Yeah, you really can't tell. No, they're not the same. Maybe that is a silver. Maybe that is a tag. I don't know. Looks like a hoop. Looks like a hoop, but the center of it is not hollowed out like it should be. So back to Gnawgahyde. Overall, just first impression picking him up, he's a good looking figure. Let's see what this tattoo over here is, because I hadn't really paid any attention to the tattoos. Okay, so that is a skull of some sort of animal. Actually, kind of looks like pork belly, but who knows? I don't know what it is supposed to be. Is it lined up right? And he's got like a dream catcher sword looking thing at the top. You got an arrow. It's either an arrow or the fins from a World War II bomb. I guess it is an arrow. There's the bottom. Got a snake at the bottom. I like the way these tattoos come out, especially like jinks and clutches. So we've got the studded gauntlets that are, trying to look and see if they were the same one Torch comes with. I should have grabbed him. These spin around, so you'll be able to remove them if you want. He's got his armbands. More teeth in there. You got this one over here. And this one, surely that's a separate piece. Okay, yeah, it was just kind of froze there. So got teeth there. Man, I hope he doesn't have to do any sudden, recoil or anything with his rifle, because that's gonna suck. How bad would that suck if you punctured that vein right there with your own stupid tooth necklace? So on his belt here, got what appears to be a couple of grenades. Over here, a couple of smoke or concussion grenades, something, other type of grenade over there. Belt looks pretty good. Buckle's been hit with a different color. It's not quite silver. It looks more almost like a bronzy color. Of course, got his Anarchy tattoo over here that him and Roadblock traded tattoos, I guess. See how he moves here. Why does he have one knee pad? Left knee. Why is that? Why does he have that weird shin guard on one leg? What the hell is that for? And it's not lined up. Yeah, okay, maybe. So that's a knee brace, a knee guard. I guess if he's going to get down in a shooting stance, but if he's right-handed, it would be here. I don't know. We're talking about toys. Double pinned. See how he moves straight out the box. Those are good. Check out. We got a very nice Jean-Claude Van Damme, as Punk with Toys likes to call it. Check out the double pinned, double jointed elbows. They are double pinned. They have the pins in there, so if that's something that you cry about, prepare to be sad. I don't really care, honestly, on these guys. So does some nice motion there. Torso cut. He's a little bit loose, but not bad. He's not as bad as some we've seen. He's going to be able to hold a pose. Now this is pretty sweet. He's got this leopard print vest that's going to come off of him if you want. That shouldn't be too hard to get off of him. You could probably heat this thing up and nah, you're going to have to take the arm off. I was going to say you might be able to take that off without the arm. So he does have the tooth necklace. Comes off really easy. And he's got dog tags. Looks like 2 dog tags. No, they come off. Let's look at them. Yep, all right, 2 dogs. So he's got a set of dog tags. I don't know what kind of animal he shot that's wearing dog tags. Overall, I mean, he's a nice looking figure. I ain't gonna lie, he does look pretty good. Face looks good. He's got his eyes look lined up right. Don't really see any paint apps. I do like the chops. I actually wore that look for a little while many years ago. And this is why I shaved it. Now, Lenny talked about the teeth. They're actually modeled after somebody. I don't remember who it is, but they're actually modeled after somebody where he's got a little bit of an underbite there. Kind of looks like Carl from Sling Blade, don't he? Right then. Is he missing a tooth there? Yeah, looks like he's missing a tooth, or they missed a paint out. Again, this is not something you see unless you got it really close up in the camera, because when you got it back like this, like you're just messing with it, you don't really notice it. So let's check this thing out. I've heard horrible, awful stories about this arm blade so far. These rope things are really, really thin. I'm guessing that's, but it goes back too far. It's right at his elbow. I mean, it works. They're flimsy. So, I mean, I don't know. I just don't like this thing. It's don't do much for me. Guess it looks okay. It just, give him like a gauntlet, an interchangeable gauntlet with the blade on it. Now I know this keeps with the Real American Hero one, but, and it stays on okay. It just slides around and it looks kind of dumb. I think it's just kind of silly. So see what we can do about getting this in his hand. And boy, that gauntlet's really hitting that, isn't it? There goes that scope we talked about. No more optic. We'll see how good a shot he is. He does have some large fingers. I guess that's as good as being on the trigger as you can get. Now this wristlet here, not really gauntlet, it's a wristlet. This really does interfere with him getting this thing up to shooting level. It just makes it stick out too far, I think, for me. And seems like he's going to be hard to get into a shooting pose, but I'm going to try it here. I ain't going to put a ton of there goes that optic again. Ton of it into taking up a bunch of time to try to do that. Man, he's got some really, really stiff fingers. Good Lord. They changed the plastic. They changed it, didn't they? That thumb there, man. Yeah, you can get him into a decent pose with it, I guess. Let's put our optic back on there and see. Did that backwards. If you're not going to use the case and you're going to have this gun out all the time, it's almost worth just gluing that in. Not too bad. That's actually a lot better than I was expecting, getting that up to his shoulder. So you can kind of see it. That's actually way better than I thought. But I think if you removed this wristlet, you'd even be able to get it even better. That's way better than I was expecting with him, with being a larger figure, larger arms, and he's got a vest, he's got the wristlet. You can actually get it. You can't quite get it against his shoulder, but you can get it pretty dang close. I'm impressed. All right, so let's see what else we got with him. Got his knives. Go ahead and slap those in there. Woo, boy, they don't want to go in there. Okay. And there you are. Where's this knife go? Okay. I missed that. I didn't even point that out. So yeah, this knife sheath back here, clearly made out of some kind of hide. Actually, kind of looks a little bit like Parmesan cheese. You guys ever have Parm crisps? Man, those things are so good. So this even has some texture to it here on the leopard vest. Actually, hear that maybe. This thing looks really good. Now, moment of truth. Ankles. Yeah, no, I know. I'm just trying to break the ankles free. I'm not actually trying to set him up. I just want to make sure they're not going to be all floppy like torches, because that was disappointing. So he actually looks like his are going to be pretty decent. Actually, we'll probably be able to get him into some poses there. So let's check out that. So that just kind of, I don't really like the way that fits on there. It goes in okay. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. You can see all that peg there. I don't think it's going anywhere though. And then the bow stores, how does this bow store? Like that, I believe. And then you can take this little thing and store there separately so it don't fall off. And then your bow's going to do that. Maybe it's that way that it's supposed to hang because gravity. Now, I will never have this dude all on the shelf with all of this stuff on him. So here's where we'll see the torso and the ankle. Not too bad, actually. Makes him, all these guys top heavy when you put the backpacks on. And that's where the ankle really comes into play. So that's not too bad. That's a pretty decent shooting stance there. I think you'll be able to get him into some good poses. He actually better than I thought, and he's a little bit better than what I have seen from other people. They don't seem to be real happy with him. I don't know. He's not bad. Now comes the important part for me. For this figure, this is going to make or break this figure. Man, looks good. Like it a lot. And you're supposed to be able to put Yobbo up here somewhere, where he sits on his shoulder. Does the tail curve around that way? We already know the tail's fragile, so let's see. So he's sculpted, so he's hanging on. I don't know. I know maybe it's on this side. It don't look right, does it? There he goes. Nope, never mind. So I know that he is supposed to sit up there somehow. The Indiana Jones monkey's way better. There we go. I have to move the necklaces. Necklaces are underneath his arm there. There we go. So we got him up there. That looks okay if you're doing that, I guess. What do you guys think? So overall, let's get you back over here out of the way, low light, so you can probably fall over. I don't know. He's better than what I was expecting from what I've seen from other people. You know, is he perfect? No, he's a little bit loose, and the wristlet kind of gets in the way of the rifle, but as we've seen, not too terribly bad. So for a rating for this guy, it's be a hard one for me to do, but I'm going to give Gnawgahyde and Porkbelly and Yobbo, I got to give him a 4 yeehaws. 4 yeehaws out of 5. The sculpt looks good. Paint looks good. Does he accomplish everything with the gear that he comes with that he needs to convey what he does? He's a poacher. He comes with 3-edged weapons and a sniper rifle and a bow and arrow and a quiver and an attack boar and a monkey that's probably also mostly insane. Yes, he conveys everything he needs to do, so that's why he's going to get a high mark. It's a fantastic sculpted piece. Nice attention to detail on the paint. I know some people don't like him. You know, that's not meant to close. You know, I saw somebody say, oh, they won't even close. It's not meant to close. He's meant to be bare-chested. I do think he could have benefited from a chest tattoo, though. But that's just me. Yeah, y'all. Far as I can tell you, four yeehaws out of 5. Guys, like these reviews. I appreciate you. Hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe, all of that good stuff. Talk to me down in the comments. Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me, Porkbelly. Let me know what you think about Gnawgahyde. I'll see y'all next time on 3-Star Draw.